So I'd like to start with, the good, bad, and the ugly. So let's get the bad out of the way first, right? So when we first pursued this project to present this information, it was an estimate back in March of 60,000 businesses closing. Well, since then, in the past 3 to 4 months, organizations have found that it's more like 400,000 small businesses have closed, which is pretty remarkable. And the expectation is that more than 1 million small businesses could close in the next 12 months. 43% of these businesses of businesses in general have temporarily closed, and so those are all due to COVID. And then there's the question of how many businesses plan to reopen. And so as of September 2020, 65% of the businesses that have closed on Yelp have closed for good. Okay. And so that's up from 41% back in June. So a lot of businesses have not been able to kind of weather the storm, either through the Paycheck Protection Program or small business loans. And they've decided to stay closed for good. So if you're one of those businesses that is, in a state of where you could still potentially open, or you're still maintaining operations, I mean, that's my hat's off to you. Congratulations. I think that's remarkable. So if we don't make any changes to the way that we're doing business as small businesses, then 7.5 million small businesses could close permanently. And small businesses make up almost 50% of our economy. So it's really important that we do everything that we can to help small businesses to succeed. And I know Joel and his team are driven by this objective on a routine basis. So when we initially also presented this, we realized that, most businesses, when we asked if business disruption continues at the current rate, how soon will your business be risk of closing permanently? Okay. And so most businesses could not stand an interruption to their business for longer than 3 to 5 months, given COVID, for, all types of reasons, financing, just cash flow reasons, everything. And so the first thing we want to do is we want to ask you as participants, do you have an emergency response plan, business continuity plan, or a disaster recovery plan in place at the moment? So the good thing is that most of the tools that you need to build resilience, redundancy, and robustness into your business, they're already available, okay? And most of these tools are free. And so what I want to do is I want to be able to explain what the tools are and what type of information goes into the tools, and get you geared up to be able to approach downloading one of these different plans or tools or worksheets, and be able to work through those independently or with your SBDC partner, and to at least complement your existing business practice with these go-to plans in the case of an interruption going forward in the future. And so if you are flexible and you can adapt these tools, then you'll be more prepared for any future interruptions. And the likelihood of a pandemic interruption, I know that they're saying that there's a chance that we could have an increase in COVID cases going into the fall and winter months. And so it might not be a good idea to start working on these plans in anticipation of any interruptions going through the winter. So overview of plans. What's the difference, okay, between all these different plans? A business continuity plan is not exactly the same thing as a health and safety plan, nor is it a disaster communications plan. So each of these plans have different specific targeted purposes in the case of an interruption, and it's good to have all three, and they work together. So the information that you put into one of these plans can be used to help you to develop another plan as well. And so the health and safety plan, this is for ensuring health and safety of your employees, to deal with any safety and hazard risks. The disaster communication plan is to identify any actions and chains of communication in case of like a weather-related event, terrorism, pandemics. And then a business continuity plan is a plan of how to keep your business going when the interruption occurs, okay? And in spite of the interruptions, in fact, and how to successfully reopen your business and when.